Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Minority Movie Report. My name is Rudy.
I'm Candace.
And today we are continuing our mini-series on the Snyder-verse. We are going to be going over Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This one isn't loved like
It's
Man of Steel. Man of Steel has, positive ratings, but for me, I liked Man of Steel. It had potential. But Batman vs. Superman, I think, is where we start the sharp decline south.
I like the beginning of Batman vs. Superman, and I like the ending of Batman vs. Superman. But everything else in the middle is just it's just a lack of communication all around.
Yeah.
And I feel like as adults, you would think that there would be a little bit more discussion between said angry parties. There's just so much that we
Batman comes at this like a drunk uncle.
Yeah.
He's like not having any of it.
He's like, you aren't a hero, and I'm gonna show you why. And you're like,
oh, you think you're tough? You think you're fucking tough? Talking to his linebacker nephew who's going to college for linebacking.
And I'm just like,
Jesus Christ.
Why are you mad, Batman? What is this? Also, maybe this was confusing for me.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so we're jumping straight into this.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm no expert here.
All right.
We all know this. But isn't Lex Luthor Superman's
bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So why was he trying to kill Batman so hard?
I don't think
I
he
was
was
so confused. Or was he trying to get Batman to... Was he trying to reverse... Was he trying to Jedi mind trick them?
He was trying to Jedi mind trick Batman.
Okay.
That's why he kept setting up Okay, so beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm just making sure I was following along. Because I'm like, if I'm not mistaken... And I'm like, oh, because he's trying to Jedi mind trick him into killing Superman.
Yeah. So there's a larger Machiavellian plan going on here. Let's jump to the beginning, because we're already at a lot.
Well, I have a lot to say about the beginning. So
we're in the desert, talking to an African warlord.
That's not the beginning.
Yeah, that's the beginning.
Isn't the beginning Batman running around outside in Metropolis as everything's literally falling down around him with no armor,
no
help,
plan,
no
gadgets. It's him in a three-piece suit,
in a Jeep Cherokee,
just a super nice looking three-piece suit,
in a Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm just like. That was the beginning. I watched it and I said, Batman, you are literally just a white man.
Just a very strong white man.
Out here for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it begins?
I think so. Hold on. Alright, so we just checked the tapes and we're both wrong. The movie starts off with Batman's origin story. Because you know how we don't know who Batman is.
Yeah, who is Batman?
Batman.
Batman.
Bruce Batman?
Bruce Batman Wayne?
Yeah.
Didn't he, become the Batman because, of some, past childhood traumas with, his family getting, mugged?
I think so. It sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't... you know what? There should be
another Batman origin movie.
There should be a Batman because in this movie we just get, a skimming over. But I would really appreciate a quality,
just
30 minutes dedicated to Batman's origin. Bruce
story.
Batman Wayne.
Bruce Batman Wayne, absolutely. So, again... As if we don't know who Bruce Wayne is and how he's came about.
Same shit with Superman. Same shit with Spider-Man. We went over this last episode. I don't need origin stories.
At this point in the game.
For the big ones.
Yeah. There you go. He said it. The big ones.
Spider-Man, Superman,
Batman.
I'm just gonna call him
even the Hulk. We all know how the Hulk came about. We don't need this again. Okay.
Yes, I'm calling him Batman from now on. He's Bruce Batman.
He's Bruce Batman Wayne. Wait, Bruce quote Batman unquote Wayne.
Oh.
Okay. So anyways, they give us an origin story and then it goes straight into where Man of Steel left off. But this time it's from Bruce Wayne's perspective and he goes into the debris and into the debacle.
Superman and Zod and the rest of the Kryptonians are in full on annihilation mode. Yeah, they are not fucking around. That being said, Bruce Batman Wayne, I'm sticking with it. I'm not letting it die.
I'm not arguing with you.
Mr. Batman runs into the city.
The city that's collapsing around him.
Yes, he catches a helicopter from Gotham across the bay to Metropolis, catches and then jumps into a fucking Jeep Renegade,
a reinforced Jeep Renegade.
Who drives those?
What is it, billionaire riding around in a Jeep Renegade?
Metropolis has too much money because that one had lights on it. That's somebody's police car or like road work vehicle.
Regardless, he has on no armor.
No,
he has no gizmos, no gadgets.
He got a fly ass 3-piece suit. We went over this at the beginning. He got a fly 3-piece
really nice,
suit.
But that's it.
Then it got all dusty as soon as that building went down. Also, why is your office manager not letting anybody leave when buildings are collapsing around them?
Until you call.
Yeah, he's like,
let everybody go home.
Get everybody out of there. It's like, I would have been like, bitch, we've been out. We halfway across the harbor. I don't know why you call. Are you in the city? Because I left.
I was gonna say, Bruce? Are you even here right now? What are you still doing in the city? Get out of there. We also hope to be compensated for our time.
That the fact that they were still in that building is
look, I'm like, do we still get paid for the day though?
That's because it's past lunch.
Yeah,
so that's a full day.
I've been here about all day. It's about 2:00, and I only had about 3 hours left. So do I still get? Do I also get those 3 hours for like traumatization pay?
Yeah.
My coworkers are dying, and
I can't come into work tomorrow. The whole building done fell.
And I can't come in. So also, it's probably a good time to talk about. Do we still have jobs? Since you on the phone, like, do I even need to worry about coming in tomorrow?
Yeah.
And if I do have a job, do I have to come in tomorrow?
Can I get like a week?
Given recent events.
Can I get like a week of paid? Like I feel like you don't owe it to me, but you'd be. But I
feel like you could afford it.
Yeah,
like you have a bat cave. Like I feel like you're set.
I don't know what Bruce was thinking running into this fucking fight, because like, what were you gonna do against? You didn't know how to fight. You don't know anything about Superman other than he's an alien who done fuck shit up for a while. What are you gonna do? Buildings are collapsing around you, Bruce. Who are you helping?
I guess he thought his Jeep Renegade was gonna save him. That's what I'm like. What are you doing out there? Like, go sit down.
I don't understand that part. Doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying, he could have. Alfred has eyes in the sky. You didn't need to be there.
Everything that happens in Metropolis could have been handled by somebody else, because even if we go into like that little girl who almost gets crushed at the beginning.
Yeah.
Somebody would have seen her. Like, I doubt that little girl gets crushed.
He said somebody would have.
She was standing all by herself in the middle of this like open area underneath debris, and people were like, "Oh, come."
But
by the way,
their reflexes
whose
have been
school
faster.
children are downtown Metropolis?
Then maybe they was on a field trip.
What is happening in downtown Metropolis that you took like elementary school kids and now you're bringing them out in this fucking destruction?
So remember on The Hangover when they took the kids to the police department? And
I can't.
And they did the taser demonstration.
No,
they were at the taser demonstration at the downtown police station.
I'm not.
They were on a tour, and then shit popped off.
I'm telling. That's such. I rewatched it, and I was like, whose parents signed this permission slip? Also, now you got like a bus full of traumatized ass school kids who can't get home right now because the bus is probably underneath the building now too.
So let's just fast forward.
Also, fuck that teacher. How do you not know you got a little girl missing? Like you. It's
a lot going on. This girl sneaks away all the time. I've spoken to her mother several times about this issue and that she likes to sneak off. I have 18 other kids to look after, and I can't be running around your child because she decided that she doesn't want to follow instructions and follow directions. Everybody's holding hands except her.
Little Becky.
Yes, we know it's COVID out here, but I have hand sanitizer on my belt. You need to hold hands if we're going to be crossing this debris.
I just don't understand. Like, I understand, like, a lot of stuff. It's a lot going on at once. Sure, I get that. But, like, you're a teacher, you got to be like, 1, 2, 3, and then you get, like, 14.
The buildings are coming
15.
down.
Where's 15?
So if I lose a kid or two, I think it's obviously not my fault. Like,
No.
This is not Pokemon. We can't save them all.
Oh my god. No.
Anyways, so yeah, that's how this movie starts.
That's the start of the movie.
And it just
Bruce Wayne's parents die, and then everybody else dies.
And then the kids are struggling to make their way through the tomfoolery that's going on in the city right now.
I don't understand it.
You want to talk about Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor?
I do want to talk about Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, but I also want to get to Lois Lane, because that's the very next scene. I'm pretty sure Lois Lane is the next scene. I want to get to that scene anyways, because that was some bullshit.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how much you know about, like, comics, like Superman's comics history.
Enough?
Okay, do you know who Jimmy Olsen is?
Not enough.
Okay, so Jimmy Olsen is, like, a friend of Superman.
Okay.
And so at the beginning of this movie, when Lois Lane is in Africa talking to the warlord.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm Jimmy Olsen. And then they just shot Jimmy Olsen immediately. Like, within 5 minutes of meeting Jimmy Olsen is dead.
Jimmy Olsen's no more.
No. And I just, like, how are you gonna... That man played a very important role in the comics history of Superman. I understand it's like a fun little nod, but
don't just kill him off in 5 minutes.
And then he worked closely with Lois. They were really good friends. Like, there's decades of history on this character. You could have just been like, oh yeah, this is like Steve McDurf of the CIA, because Jimmy Olsen's supposed to be a reporter.
So basically, what you're saying is he deserved better.
He deserved
better. He deserved more.
Yeah, like if you're gonna introduce Jimmy Olsen, don't just kill him. Like let the man shine a little bit.
I'm sorry they did Jimmy that way.
I'm sorry they did Jimmy that way too.
He didn't
but
deserve that.
Jimmy didn't deserve that. It's bullshit. But that's so now we're starting with the frame job of Superman. So we got that creepy Russian guy.
Yeah, with the tattoo on his neck.
Yeah, which how do you not recognize that man? We're looking for a man who looks like this, and they show a picture of him, and nobody who saw that photo was like, yeah, I've seen him.
I definitely saw him over there at the marketplace bazaar with the tattoo on his neck. Yeah. Is that the guy?
I saw that man sniffing pomegranates down at the local farmer's market yesterday.
With the tattoo on his neck. Yeah. That's the one, because I'm pretty sure there's no one else in town with the tattoo.
There's no one else on the planet Earth with that tattoo, like that. Yeah, on the soft part of the neck,
the worst
part, like right between.
It's on the cockle-doodle-doo of the neck.
Yeah, like right below where the Adam's apple is, and then like above the collarbone, that soft little like where if like somebody hits you there, it's like over. That's it.
It's over.
Don't call the ambulance. Just leave my body.
You're gonna just eat the rest of your food for the rest of your life. Just gonna be liquids. You can't take solids no more.
No, just kill me. That's not a life worth living.
At this point,
I don't understand how nobody recognized that man. But okay, sure, fine, whatever. And he's tall too. He's like tall, obviously Eastern European with like the fucking slick back hair. Like, how does nobody?
Speaking of Lois Lane, I said this the last time, and I'm gonna say it again. And I understand. She knows things, and that in normal circumstances, without metahumans involved, I feel like Lois Lane is a great asset. But at this point, when there's like buildings collapsing and like there's a possibility that you could, I don't know, die.
Yeah.
Why don't you stay out of the way? Because Clark Kent was literally in the middle of the fight and stopped because he heard Lois Lane banging on a piece of cement underneath water. And I'm like, he could.
Yeah.
He has better things. Girl,
Superman,
I know you was trying to find the spear, but there are like several other metahumans.
Superman took a 5-minute break. Was like, I gotta go get my girl. I hear her.
Come back and whoop your ass.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So you left. Superman left. We're jumping to the end, but
I know.
But Superman left Wonder Woman and Batman, who is a human like Lois, alone, just so he could save Lois's ass. Like, Lois, girl, you know better. You know better.
That's all I'm saying.
Also, where the fuck was the Flash? Like, Flash, you see shit is blowing up. Because in the next movie, he's got like cameras and like a ghetto Batcave
Essentially.
And like you see shit's popping off in Metropolis, Gotham. Where the fuck? Why didn't you be like 3 minutes?
Let me go save this little girl who's standing here.
Yeah, like,
that's who would have saved her had Batman not been there. Flash would have got her.
Yeah.
He would have got that little girl.
Yeah, Flash would have saved her. I don't know what the fuck anybody else is doing. Aquaman I get, because Aquaman's under the ocean. He just heard like a I was like, oh, what the fuck? What is it? That's like your upstairs neighbor be banging around too much.
Yo, the hell?
It's like, guys, it is midnight. I'm trying to fuking sleep. How
is it a bowling ball up there? Are they bowling?
Now I know they don't have dogs because they didn't sign the release.
Bowling. They're bowling up there. Okay.
Aquaman I get. Flash I don't understand. Cyborg I also kind of get because he's like a cyborg, so ain't nobody want to see that.
He's probably staying out the way at this point. Just as look, it's funny how I find it interesting that, and I get it. I know that she wants to be brave and she wants to help, but I feel like the best thing that she could do to help, in my opinion, is to stay the fuck out of the way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, keep yourself safe.
Because with you in the middle of things, Superman is distracted and he's not going to be on his best game. So if you're in the near vicinity of danger every time he's kicking ass, he's not going to kick ass to the fullest and he's going to be more likely to get his ass
You're more
kicked.
of an asset keeping yourself safe than trying to help.
And I'm like, girl, I know you're smart. I mean, I guess if the Superman D is good, the Superman D is good. But I would be wanting to stay around long enough to continue to experience such an experience.
If we're just gonna stay here at the end of the fight, I got a few things
honestly,
I want to talk about.
I wasn't a lot in the middle that I really cared about.
It was a lot.
There's a few things in there. I'm not okay. I don't want to say that. But.
We will break down all of Lex Luthor all at once because I got fucking problems with Lex Luthor.
Okay.
I like Jesse Eisenberg as an actor, but his Lex Luthor is a lot to be. But we're just gonna stick to the last fight, the fight with Doomsday. So Superman takes 5, save Lois. Lois should know better. What leaves Wonder Woman and Batman, who is again just a slightly stronger human, alone to fight a half Kryptonian, half human hybrid. Like, how dare you? First and foremost.
I mean, I get it. Lois is gonna drown.
I get Lois. How dare you? Sorry, Lois. How dare you?
I mean, she did. She genuinely thought she was helping. I see that. I feel that.
Yeah, she sure. And then when your kids are trying to help you clean dishes, and they end up throwing all the forks away because it's easier.
So just go sit down. I'll do it.
Yeah, we got this. Let the adults handle the situation.
Well, at least right now, we'll teach you the right way to do it later. But as of right now, I just need to. just need to get it done. We'll come back
you to
for
grow
the
up a little
training
bit.
Session later.
I need you to grow up a little bit, and then we'll get to that. At the beginning of the fight, though, Superman is good at the beginning of this fight.
That's because Superman has not been stripped of. This is why I feel that Batman is genuinely better than Superman. And it's because that Batman is human that he could even put up a fight with Superman. Mm-hmm. Sure, he could not take the punches of him, like of Superman fully juiced up. But once he got that kryptonite in his system, oh, you best believe Batman gave Superman a whooping for that.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, like, even when
he had his boot on his neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, without
when they're at the same level.
When they're at the same level, Clark Kent cannot hold his own.
No,
he doesn't have the strength, he doesn't have the weight, and he doesn't have the speed, and he doesn't have the skill. Like, no. Superman cannot hold. If he had no powers, if he were just a regular human, not even a regular human, even if he was a comparable, like if he had a suit and maybe even like some more protection that Bruce had, he maybe would have been able to take a few more punches. But just straight. Yeah. Without powers, he can't stand up to Batman.
No, period. It's insane. Well, not insane, but like we talked about it last episode. Pa Kent never gave Superman
he wasn't even a
boxing
boxer.
He never even gave him a boxing video. Be like, hey, watch this. Learn how to bob and weave. Protect the head. Like bring up the shoulders. Don't just leave yourself exposed all the time. Because Superman throws wild haymakers, from the back, he's just throwing them all the way forward, and it's like, no, that's how you get your ass beat. You're exposed everywhere.
Yeah, And it's because he doesn't have any of that training to teach him how to block and how to move. How to stick and move, essentially. Yeah, how to fight. Like, he can't stick and move. He can do a stick. He can't move.
Yeah.
If you know
he just floats.
Yeah, he floats and he's stationary and Batman is a lot more fluid in his movement.
Even when he's wearing a piece of tank.
Even when I'm like, I don't understand how you can even carry, like, this armor alone.
No, didn't you see the CrossFit with the...
I did.
I'm sure you saw that.
Ben Affleck doesn't even look real. I was like, this makes no sense. Y'all made this up. This is not a real human being person.
You want to know something funny?
Like, when he was shaving in the mirror, I was like, this doesn't even look like the Ben Affleck that was with J-Lo. Like, what have y'all done with Ben? Where's...
The man's cut up.
Chiseled chin. He has a little dimple in his chin because...
I really liked Ben Affleck's portrayal of Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah.
He was a really good Bruce Wayne Batman. Just had a shitty screen. Like a shitty screenplay. Story, yeah, same thing. It's just you can only elevate a turd so high. You know what I mean? Like, you can put it in a glass case, good lighting, polish that bad boy real nice, put it on top of an ivory pedestal, like put it in the middle of the room so everybody has to look at it, but it's still a turd. It ain't good. That screenplay's bad. The director is worse.
I feel like they definitely could have done a little bit. They could have done more with his Batman. They could have done a lot more with his Batman, and not just within the realm of like just the Justice League, but they could have done more. They
could have, and I would have appreciated more. Apparently, we're getting more Batman in this next movie.
Batman Wayne.
Bruce Batman Wayne. Mm-hmm. We're getting more of him in the Snyder cut.
Okay.
I guess Ben Affleck came back for some reshoots, so very excited to see how that looks. I do understand like he's just a better fighter overall than Superman.
Yeah. So like Superman the point of the matter is Superman has no fight combat training whatsoever.
No practical combat training.
Yeah, like we know that he can throw a punch. We know that he can laser beam some people's eyes. Yeah, laser beam from his eyes.
Yeah, nobody taught Superman how to like rope-a-dope, Krav Maga, a little taijutsu, something.
Capoeira.
I would love to see a capoeira Superman. Just fucking spinning like a top, just fighting.
That'd be great.
Zod would be amazing with the cape too. So it's all just fucking coming all at once.
Let's talk. Speaking of capes, since you brought it up, I feel like this is an important topic since we're talking about number one superhero versus number one superhero, and we all know that the number one superhero costume designer is Edna Mode. Okay. So I know she can design these costumes because both these niggas got capes.
That's true. Edna Mode had nothing to do with this. I can't.
And I am very, very surprised that nobody has gotten sucked into a jet turbine yet.
Well, Batman doesn't fly that high. Superman.
I'm surprised that Batman's cape has not gotten caught in his gizmos and gadgets because he has a lot of gizmos and gadgets,
grappling hooks,
and his cape. I don't understand. Okay. I feel like the cape would have thrown something off by now, but that's just a personal thing. I feel like they shouldn't have capes because Edna Mode made a great point.
Edna Mode did make a great point.
I'm gonna stick to that.
So, like somebody could have just like Doomsday could have just like stepped on it and then just whooped his ass.
I mean, he could have taken the cape. He could have done this like so. This is like the move when like a black girl gets your hair in a fight and she like do this whop. She like wind it up type of thing. That's what they could do with the cape. They could grab cape and like wind it up one good time and then pow right in the kisser with the other hand.
Jesus, yeah.
With a cape.
That's brutal. He could have. Doomsday could have done that. Everybody who could have screamed "World Star" died.
That's what they would scream, "World Star!"
As the fucking
in Man of Steel when he was just like leveling the city, "World Star!" All right,
Jesus.
That's what they said when they had Zod on. Not Zod. What was it? Doomsday.
Yeah, Doomsday.
That's what he.
Fuck.
That was his debut. On World Star.
I want to. Again, at the end of the movie, the military again looks bad. in this movie.
Just as it does in the other I feel like I can't recall one superhero movie where the government doesn't do some real stupid shit to make matters worse before matters get better.
Yeah, they 100% they nuked Doomsday, and then Doomsday like grew spikes and was like, oh, there we go, I'm better, and then came back to Earth to whoop more ass.
It was like, oh, thank you for the vitamin water.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's getting thirsty up here. Thank you.
I've got my electrolytes and I'm ready to go.
Fucking stupid.
It's got electrolytes.
Yeah, and then Superman was out of the fight again for like another 5 minutes, leaving just Batman this time. Batman in a fucking Batplane.
I was about to say, he seems to leave a lot of people behind in the midst of like...
And Superman had that fight. Superman was winning.
Yeah.
And then the military nuked him, and it done fucked the whole plan up.
That's usually what the military
does. if I'm, I know hindsight's 20/20, and we're like sitting back and we know what the outcome is. Yeah. But like, if combatant 1 takes combatant 2 off of my planet
and out of my atmosphere, it is no longer into space, my fucking problem.
Out of my jurisdiction. I'm sorry, that's international water. I gotta call.
As far as I'm concerned, we don't have a space army yet, so we just gonna let them duke it out in space because they are no longer on what?
Earth.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry, that's out of my jurisdiction. I'm not handling that.
In their defense, they do have a influx of intergalactic,
nuclear weapons.
Not even nuclear weapons, just intergalactic invasions, if you will, and like superhuman occurrences. So shit, if I honestly, I would have done the same thing that they did. I'm going to step on the bug and I'm going to scrape my shoe across the floor. I'm going to make sure that the bug is dead. Or in movies, I always say you go back and you shoot him one time, you go back and you shoot him again. You make sure you confirm the kill. You shoot him once, you leave, you come back, you shoot him in the leg, see if they scream. They're like, oh, like, have you ever seen the movies where they only shoot him once and then they turn around and it's like, oh, he's gone. Where did he go? I'm like, that's because you did not finish the job.
You didn't confirm the kill.
You don't get the paper. You did not finish the contract. You did not do the job that you were supposed to do. Yeah. So just to play devil's advocate, I probably would have done this. Nope. Make sure they did. Because if they fall back down here alive, we're going to have to figure out a plan F. And I am running out of letters.
Yeah, that's very true. There was. I just don't understand the nuke. Like, I don't know. My plan would have been like, track them. Because they was tracking them.
But nothing.
At that point, like, Doomsday's in space. Military's tracking. They're like, oh, we got a clean shot. And I'd have been like, how's Superman doing, though?
But that's the thing. They didn't care about Superman at this point. They were still
pissed. But they knew Superman was...
But they were still pissed at him. You know how Americans
They knew he was a good guy.
Listen, they didn't care if he were... they didn't care at the time if Superman was a good guy or Superman was a bad guy. The only thing that they cared about was neutralizing the threat, regardless of what that would cost them. Like, regardless of
by the time Doomsday showed up, they were like, oh yeah, Lex Luthor has been the motherfucker pulling all these strings. We need to go arrest Lex Luthor. Like, at that point, that had already happened. Again. We know that.
Again. But at this point...
Why you fucking with Superman? Why you messing with the man who took Combatant 2 out your fucking jurisdiction into space? Send that... If I was Superman, I would have sent that bitch into the sun. Be like, that, recover from that, ho.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
I don't fucking... Stupid is what it is. Let's get back to the movie because we have been on a fucking tangent already.
I don't support utilitarianism, by the way, but that is what they were doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
So let's talk about Lex Luthor because Lex Luthor is creepy.
I mean, he has to be. He's sick. He's a sick little man. He's Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor's a fucking creep, and I don't appreciate it. Is he supposed to be like on the spectrum? Is that how Jesse Eisenberg is portraying him? Because he does like a lot of and then no, hold on, and he's like really scatterbrained, but super intelligent at the same time. I don't understand what the goal was.
They didn't explicitly state that. I don't necessarily want to assume that this portrayal of Lex Luthor would be on the spectrum.
Fair, but it did something. Not did something, but like it took away from, because Lex Luthor's supposed to be like this calm genius. He's supposed to be like the big brain to Superman's brawn.
Kind of like Kevin Spacey, Lex Luthor.
A little bit, yeah.
Just wanted to bring fire to the people.
Yeah, that's it. But he seems to have it out for Superman, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Is that never explained in general? Well, it's definitely not explained in this movie. It was. It almost seems like, well,
he's got like a thing about gods. He's like, I will bring God down.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was his main reasoning.
Is your ego the reason you want to kill Superman? Because you're not the best. Superman is, and if so, he's projecting. I was gonna say, and if so, I think there's better ways to play that.
I don't know. I would have to disagree with you. I like Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor. It kind of showed a little bit more of a disturbed side of a Lex Luthor than we have seen in the past. Like, yes, we see this super cunning, super chill, super cool, calm and collected villain, which Jesse Eisenberg is. Not once you ever see him like get extremely emotional. In fact, you actually see him
he does.
A little bit. Yeah, okay, but that's kind of it's usually it was private. It wasn't like in front of Superman or in front of the people that count.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But in front of his, like, you know, like in front of Superman, like the people who the people who that he is trying to affect the most are the ones who he is actually more cool, calm, and collected around. Mm-hmm. He's more condescending, if in fact, he
killed his assistant.
Yeah, like he's terrible. Like, I think he's super cold. I think he did a great job. He did a great job with almost like this compartmentalization as well. Like, he is able to literally separate himself from humanity, but justify it as saving humanity, which I thought was very interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. That's an interesting take.
I
don't know if I agree with all of it, but I like where you're coming. You know,
that's fair, and that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
We're here to debate it.
Yeah,
here to talk about it. Dive deep.
I'll tell you the part that not the part, but one of the parts that messed me up the most about Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor was when he took the Tootsie Roll out the package.
It wasn't a Tootsie Roll.
No, sorry, no, the Jolly Rancher.
It was a Jolly Rancher cherry.
The Jolly Rancher. When he took the Jolly Rancher out the package and then like pushed it into the senator's mouth.
I enjoyed that part.
I'm like, you're a twisted fuck. That is a grown ass man.
I thought that and you know what?
Way to dom a politician.
I was gonna say that shows the sheer power and dominance and control that Lex Luthor actually has. The fact that he has made this senator so much his bitch that he could push a cherry Jolly Rancher in his mouth without any type of pushback. You gotta be scared. You have to be scared as hell of a motherfucker to let him push a Jolly Rancher in your mouth. Yeah. You gotta be scared as hell. Like, you have to be scared for your life.
This man will end me.
This in a second. Because I just let him push a Jolly Rancher in my mouth without hesitation. I didn't. I let this happen.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I kind of think
that senator definitely got cucked.
Oh, yes, for sure. I don't know. I think Jesse Eisenberg brought a interesting little... I'd actually say Jesse Eisenberg brought a little bit of humanity to Lex Luthor. Because you see a lot more vulnerable. I cannot speak tonight. I am not sure why. You see a lot of vulnerability in this portrayal of Lex Luthor than you have in other Lex Luthors. That's in my opinion.
No, that's fair. I can see where you're coming from at that angle. I had a lot of issues with the tics and the ums and the... He seemed like a genius savant. That's how he seemed.
A Spencer Reed of Criminal Minds type of...
Yeah, kind of. Okay. Yeah. Like a little Spencer Reed, but like add some tics.
Okay.
And some like...
So you just don't like his mannerisms?
Yeah, it just wasn't doing it for you. I need like cold, businessman Lex Luthor, because he's supposed to be
like a Don Draper Lex Luthor.
Kind of, yeah. Just who do you think you are? Because I know who I am.
I've never seen a character able to compartmentalize like a Don Draper. That is should be a superpower.
In fact, I'd like to see John Hamm as Lex Luthor. Maybe not a bald Lex Luthor.
No, not a bald Lex Luthor, but definitely a...
I think John Hamm
would be a great villain. Like, a great...
Well, I mean, you saw Baby Driver. He's a great...
Yeah.
Even when he's not, like, a high-level villain, he's a good villain. Like, he's just smooth. John Hamm.
I would love to see John Hamm in a Marvel or DC villain role. Like a prominent, like, give John Hamm his ham.
Oh, you know what? Give me Kingpin John Hamm. Now, I know we've had Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Did you ever see Daredevil? The Netflix show?
I did not finish the Daredevil.
Did you? But you saw season 1, though, right?
I saw 2 episodes of season 1.
Okay, well.
That's when I say I
Vincent D'Onofrio plays an amazing Kingpin.
So you think John Hamm could?
I think you could do like maybe not as big, but like a bulky Kingpin bodybuilder with like fucking boxing experience.
I just want to see John Hamm play a bad guy, another bad guy.
He needs to be.
He needs to play more bad guys.
I'd be down for that.
Good John.
Because he's done good guy, and he's done like weirdo a little bit in some of his other movies, but he's like. The bad guy I would love to see him do more of.
I want him to be I want him to be the villain that you love to hate and hate to love.
Yeah.
That's what I want for John Hamm.
No, that's fair.
Alright. We digress.
Okay. Yeah, moving on.
We love John Hamm. What else? What else do you have to say about this movie? I just kind of feel like...
It's convoluted.
Let me go back to my beginning point when I say nobody in this movie took the time to ask anybody any questions. At the beginning part where Superman is like, all right, fuck, I gotta fly over here to Gotham and I gotta talk to the Batman. Batman. I have to talk to him over here. And literally, this is what Clark Kent says. No, quit, stop. All right, I'm just gonna beat your ass. Like, that was the conversation. Like, it was he didn't try to explain. He didn't try to give no details. And I guess that's a man thing.
Well, he tried. He was like, no. he said, he wants us to fight each other. And then Batman was like, hey, have you met my friends Machine Gun Left and Machine Gun Right? They want to say hi.
Again, my point is essentially the conversation with, no, quit, stop, don't do this.
All right, I guess we're doing this.
I just gotta whoop your ass.
Just punch you into next week.
And I was like, that's it. I felt like there was real effort made. Like, he low-key went over and was like, I'm gonna try it. But he already had his mind made up.
I'm gonna give the most minimum effort so that way I can say, no, I tried to talk to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I tried. No, you didn't. You didn't try.
Like your mama's on the line and you leveled Small Town USA for that shit. But now you won't give Batman more than 3 sentences?
Literally, quit, stop. No, don't do that. And then...
Wait, please. Right. I'm not...
Wait, please, stop. No. Oh my god. I'm just trying to talk to you. I'm just trying to talk to you real quick. No, you don't want to hear
Superman should have either whooped his ass, like, oh, hey, look, there's Batman. Laser eyes, job's done. Go back to Lex. Or he should have tried harder to talk to him.
Yeah, like, I just felt like they were both looking for a fight. Like, it was just so built up. And it was just so much miscommunication that had Batman and Superman actually just sat down, went to grab, like, a scotch or something that men do.
Like, Batman or Superman could be like, hey, man, do you know a bar nearby? Because, like, this is your side
of the... this guy named Lex Luthor,
this is your side of the harbor.
With me. Has he called you too?
Yeah.
He's called you too? Because that's what females do. We get together and be like, wow, this nigga has called both of us? Wow. So what did he say? Let's compare notes, sis. What did he say to you?
Jesus.
Oh, well, that's not what he said last night.
Okay.
He told me that. See, y'all don't talk. And this is what we have. An entire port level. No reason.
Half a city gone.
Gone. No reason, because nobody took the time to just like, hey, I got this bad guy talking in my ear. He talking shit about you, and I wanted to know Were you talking shit? Like, just be real with me. I'm coming.
Did you say
to
something?
You. I'm coming to you like a man. Anything you can say.
Can
What's up? What's up?
I know.
Essentially, what's up?
Do you remember the Flash showing up?
What?
Yeah, the Flash was in this movie for like 3 minutes, less than that. Yeah, remember post-apocalyptic Batman?
Oh yeah. He said I'm too soon.
I was like, I'm too soon.
You were right about him.
You were right about Superman. He's a dick. Don't let Lois die.
Yeah,
like that's what happened. It's like, all right, Flash, what's stopping you from like just like popping in? Because you were like something was like pulling you back.
Yeah.
And then you come in looking like a fucking Red Knight and from like medieval times with like a mechanical helmet. I don't.
What else?
Why was that dream there? Can Batman see the future?
I will say right after this, because I was riding a high, I watched Justice League immediately after I finished, just because I wanted to pick right back up. I was like still into it, and it's never addressed there either. You would think that it would be addressed, and it just wasn't.
No, it wasn't. That's one
and that's
of my.
Coming up next.
Yeah,
talk about Justice League next.
Is Batman? Is Bruce Batman Wayne? Is Mr. Batman seeing the future? Does he have premonitions? Is he because they're doing that shit that Tony Stark did in the MCU? Because Tony Stark saw the aliens in one and was like, PTSD, we're all gonna die. A nuke, he drops off the nuke. Nuke blows up, sends him back to the portal. He has PTSD. That makes sense.
Yes.
Mr. Batman
has not gone
has decrypted a drive from Wonder Woman, and like passed out, and then woke up, and like had a dream.
You think maybe that drive had some leftover mother power on it or something? Mother box. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's just a fucking
computer
USB
file?
drive. That's just like he didn't eject.
I was trying
correctly.
to help you.
Yeah, no, no, you can't help this movie. You can't help this movie. So Mr. Batman has a premonition out of nowhere. Does everybody get one, or is it just Batman? Like, I don't understand. Or is it like super sensitive people? Because they tried to do that. I see where they're like drawing parallels between like the MCU, like they're doing like, oh well, Batman is obviously Iron Man in this universe.
Like they're trying to give it.
So they're like, and so like Tony Stark has like a PTSD flashback. In what was it? Age of Ultron. He has the PTSD flashback, or like his Wanda like fucks with his brain, and he sees like everybody's like dead on a rock, and then Captain America's like, "You could have saved us," and then dies, and that's it. And then he wakes up, but that's like totally understandable because they got invaded by aliens,
and then his mind has just been,
Wanda's fucking with it, bringing the fear forward.
Yeah.
And so he's like, now he has to confront his greatest fear, which is that he will not be enough to save the world. All of his friends will die, and it'll be his fault. That makes sense to me. In the DC universe, Batman is decrypting decrypting a USB drive, falls asleep, wakes up in like post-apocalyptic, dark side, ruled planet Earth.
Also, isn't in this dream he's captured by Superman?
Superman's the bad guy. Yeah, because
he gets his
he
identity.
died because of Lois or something. Or Lois died because of Batman. Which, sure, I will allow that. But here's where my problem is where does this, like, dark side future sense come from? Because it's just introduced to us out of nowhere to set up the next movie.
But in the next movie,
it's never addressed.
Someone's got some explaining to do.
Yeah, and so like you're trying to like throw the fucking ring out to like catch something else, but you ain't even caught the first fish yet.
I mean, this movie was it was hard to follow. It was definitely hard to stay interested. It was definitely hard to stay interested in this movie. It took a while to rewatch, like, especially when you're not watching a movie like this in theaters and you're like, you literally just are not sitting in a dark room watching this movie.
Yeah.
It is very easy to get distracted and get thrown off and literally have to start and stop and start and stop again. because it's just that long and it's just so much build up.
It's 3 hours.
So
it was a 3-hour movie before Endgame. Endgame was 3 hours, and that didn't feel like it. This one, I felt every fucking minute.
No, I can watch Endgame no problem and not feel the 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after the 4th time watching it, I was like, this is a long movie.
Yeah.
But the first couple times wasn't so bad. But this one, I don't know. I just kind of felt like it started off with a bang, and it slowed, like the pace slowed down so much.
To a crawl.
Yeah, to a crawl, and then all of a sudden pick back up. By this time, you've kind of like lost the momentum. So now I'm trying to, build that momentum back up.
It felt like you brought your date home, and like things are getting kind of hot and heavy on the couch, and then like your roommate steps out of their room, and you're like, you're not supposed to be here. All the mood just died because you had to go have a sandwich right now. Yeah. You knew I was bringing them home, and you still stepped outside. And you know what? Part of that's my fault because I trusted you. It was the same thing with the DC. Also, it's my fault because I trusted you.
You heard me open the door. You heard her speak. You knew that I was not alone in here, and you knew that I was bringing somebody back, which meant that you should have ate before I got home.
I texted you.
You did this on purpose.
I said, "We coming home. Don't be there or don't leave."
That's what the middle of the movie was. Essentially, it was like your roommate be like, "Hey, do we have any mustard, bro?" Fuck. Really?
Yes, it's behind the jelly. Fuck. And now she's sitting there cute, and you just like, well, did you want to watch The Office?
Some Doritos?
Yeah. You want Doritos in The Office? I need to build this back up again.
Is Doritos in The Office?
Yeah, and then and it's also like roommate goes back into the room, and then you just tried to get right back into it. Like you can't. You can't.
That's essentially what just happened here. It's just like, well,
this movie cock blocked itself.
Yeah. It did. That's a great analogy. It cock blocked itself.
It's still a beautiful movie.
Oh, it's like gorgeous. It's visually. Very visual, like I love the majesticness of how Superman floats and
when he caught that rocket, the spaceship that blew up, and he's just like he just flexes down on.
He's just he's so like stoically still, but still very fluid in movement at the same time. It's like I don't know. It just has like this.
It's like those holograph cards that you like move.
Yeah,
and then, like shift.
I like how whatever. I don't know what you call them.
Holographic.
No, artists, digital people, digital artist people, digital effects.
Oh, sure. The effects people.
Sure, whatever.
The visual effects people.
Visual effects people. I think you guys did a great job on Superman's movements and his.
Even Batman,
oh yeah,
everybody. Wonder Woman looked fucking amazing.
Batman had some of the best superhero drops, like superhero landings, better than some of Superman's superhero landings. I was like counting Batman's superhero. I'm like, oh, superhero landing, boop, superhero landing, boop. Superhero landing.
Can we talk about how Batman has a standard issue .50 caliber bat rifle? Remember he was just sitting at the top of the crane with just like a big fuck you anti-tank rifle, and he's like, I'm gonna use this to track the van. And that's right. Why do you need that big a gun to track a van? Alright. Because I do. And then I don't know if you saw this part, if you were paying attention, but during that car chase after he jumps the van, they're doing that car chase. He jumps over the van with the Batmobile, and he full on hits a dude in the face with the front tire of the Batmobile. And I was like, that dude is definitely dead.
No, I did not see this. I wish I had.
Go back and watch it. Just that car chasing, because it slows down. He's like, doo, and he jumps over the van, and then it slows down, and the Batmobile breaks through part of the cargo van truck, and one dude was just turns up, and then just a front wheel and a bumper hit his whole face, and I was like, that dude, that's dead. No one's coming back for him. They left his body on the side of the road in Gotham.
Well, I didn't see that, and that's unfortunate for that man. I do not know this man.
It's a fine movie. There's lots of hot dudes doing hot stuff.
I would agree. There's a lot of hot dudes doing a lot of hot stuff.
I'm sorry I can't come to the phone right now. I'm doing hot guy shit.
Said by Henry Cavill in any of his filming. Let's take a moment of silence for Henry Cavill's chin.
That felt like enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of it. That's
yeah.
all I have.
It's a hot mess of a movie. This movie's like your drunk friend you take home from the club, and she's like, "But he likes me." And like, no, baby, he doesn't like you. Come on, get in the Uber. We're fucking going home. I gotta give you water and some aspirin. It's like, no, stop, get off me. I know what I'm doing. It's like, no, you don't.
You don't.
Let
know
me,
what you're doing.
please, just let me
get
help
in the
you.
Car. Yeah, girl, we're gonna do this again next weekend. Yep, I'm gonna see you at the club. Get in the car. Come on, let's go. Let's go. It's time to go.
It's
time to go.
This movie is your drunk friend at the club who wants to hook up with the guy that you know is no good for her.
That guy don't even want her.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's really all I have.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna
talk about Justice League.
We're gonna talk about Justice League next.
I have things to say about Justice League.
I gotta rewatch Justice League still, so you're
I'm
already
gonna rewatch the rewatch that I just rewatched.
Okay. But yeah, I don't think this movie's worth a rewatch. I think you're fine without it.
Honestly, I would watch the beginning, and I would watch
probably the last
30 minutes. No, I'd say last 45 minutes. I'd watch the first 20 minutes and the last 45 minutes, and I feel like you'll get the gist.
Yeah, you don't need the rest of that.
You don't need the middle. All of it.
It's all convoluted and fucking weird.
It could all be assumed.
Yeah.
Like, the universe in itself could literally progress forward without the middle part to this movie.
You know what? If you think fondly of this movie, if you remember it really well, just let it live in that memory. Don't let reality hit you.
Disagree. Comment and tell us why you disagree.
Yeah, let us know. Because we're just
out here watching movies and talking about them. We don't.
I ain't got no film degree. You got a film degree?
No. I just like watching. I like talking shit and watching stuff.
I also like talking shit and watching stuff. That's why we do this.
But if you want to hear us talk more shit and watch more stuff,
yeah, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow us on our socials. Those will be up on the YouTube video. I think it's at Minority Movie Report on Twitter and at Minority Movie on Instagram. Actually, no, I lied. It's flipped.
He lied.
It's at Minority Movie on Instagram and at Minority Movie Report on Twitter.
There you go.
You
heard it here first.
Give us a follow and comment. Tell us why our opinions are trash and why we're trash people for having them. We'd love some engagement.
Yep. All right.
That's going to be it for me. My name is Rudy.
I'm Candace.
And take care of yourselves out there, guys. It's a crazy world. This is the end of the John Hamm Hour.
Next up on John Hamm Talk Radio.
The Ham Radio Hour. The John Hamm Radio
the
Hour.
John Hamm Radio Hour.
Okay.
That's what this episode should be called.
Jesus, I'm not.
John Ham Radio.
It's Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. We're not calling it anything else.
Featuring John Hamm. Featuring.
I'll make this the stinger. How's that?
Featuring our little piglet named John Hamm.
Our little piglet named
We should get a piglet named John Hamm.
Oh my god. Our little piglet John Hamm. Oh, you did not just do that.